We're the largest snacking company in the world.
That everyone in the business is a leader and have a role to play.
So it just naturally made sense that, my career would progress.
And I wish someone had told me when I was in high school that that was an option.
It's all about maintaining relationships and
have such a wide array of academic backgrounds in the CCAS.
A strong network of women here to help you.
Well, hey guys, so today we are joined by Lucy, who is a consultant for IBM. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
So give us a snapshot on yourself. Who are you? What do you do? And what's it like working for IBM?
Ooh, awesome. So I am a graduate. Actually just finished the graduate program at IBM and I've been here for about 1.5 years. But as a whole, I actually started as an intern. So I've been sort of at the company for a while straight after uni and sort of explored the multiple career pathway into my role now as a consultant. I'd say it's very interesting. No 2 days are the same, and we work on a lot of interesting sort of client business problems that we try and solve as consultants. IBM is a tech company, so we're sort of most well known for inventing like the floppy disk or that magnetic stripe on credit cards that allow you to swipe.
Oh, no way, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So fun facts. But beyond just sort of hardware and software, IBM is a enormous company that sort of has arms in everything, including innovation centers, research labs, and business consulting, which is where I sit. And we sort of go out to clients and say, what problems do you have? How can we help you with our technology solutions? So where I sit is in talent transformation, and we try and employ or deploy tools using cognitive processes, AI automation, and then sort of the whole experience design, UX, UI, that sort of part of technology.
Amazing. And I'm sure every day, like you said, is never the same. Like with that fast evolving world of technology, it's certainly an exciting space to be involved in.
For sure.
So what did you actually study at uni and what influenced you to go down this career path? So when you're at high school, what sort of happened after there and what were you thinking at high school? Because I guess a lot of people still don't really know what they want to do at high school.
That's such a good question. I was that kid in high school who didn't know what I wanted to do. And I think a lot of people felt like me. So many options. How are you supposed to make a decision for the rest of your life when you go to uni? And so there was a lot of sort of anxiety around it. And I decided to keep my options open and study a broad degree so that I could take the time to figure things out. So in high school, I did a bit of everything. I did an accounting subject to cover off business. I did psychology. I did a couple of sciences, bio and chem. I did a language as well. I did the English and maths. So I tried to keep my interests broad so that I would open as many doors for me as possible in uni. When I got there, I decided to do a Bachelor of Science degree because I felt that I was a bit more scientific. And even at uni, I still didn't quite know what I wanted to do, but I was able to kind of keep options open. I did all the broad sciences and then I complemented that with sort of electives and other courses, including business, law. I think I did music.
Wow.
And have a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, very all round, doing a bit of everything, which is really important, I think, to not put all your eggs in one basket because all of these skills are so transferable these days as well.
Exactly. And I wish I knew that more than I do now when I was studying back then, because everyone around me seemed to know exactly what they wanted to do. I had friends who knew from day dot, I want to be a doctor or I want to be an accountant, and I was like, how do you know? And I guess for me it was just about taking the time to enjoy it and try not to stress about figuring out the rest of your life when you're 17, 18.
That's right. The journey is all part of it. And I guess, when you can speak to people like you in such a big company like IBM and, you can get that start as an intern and then see how huge these companies are to work for and all the different roles that you can have a go at until you find something that you absolutely love. So how was it that you came about to be an intern at IBM, and what sort of stood out to you about their program?
Good question. So the IBM internship program is different from most others because it actually runs for an entire year. A lot of other companies run them for, during the summer period when you're on holiday at university, and sort of what you try and do is find some work experience. The IBM one actually started from, semester one and goes all the way until the end of the year. And that was really appealing for me because I wanted hands-on practical experience to sort of complement what I was studying. So within my science degree, I decided psychology was where I wanted to focus, and in particular, organizational psychology. So that's the science of people at work, the behavior, what's the culture, what's the motivations, how do you keep employees engaged, how do you make a more rewarding, incentivized workplace for people to actually, do their best work ever. So I knew I kind of saw opportunities just browsing, on different job ads and uni portals. I saw that IBM was hiring for a HR intern, and I thought that marries up quite well. Organizational psychology, HR, they do go hand in hand. So I just went for it, and I thought this will be great. It did extend my uni a little bit, but I think it was so worth it to have that kind of invaluable work experience, working for real things. It wasn't just assignments anymore. We had to kind of tick all the boxes. It was literally something I'm working on will go to help, inform a business decision, and that business result will kind of drive more things. So that was really cool to be a part of.
Yeah, sounds awesome. So can you talk to us a little bit about the culture at IBM? What's it like, from your experience so far? What's it like working for IBM?
Oh, that's exciting. No 2 days are the same. And because it's so big, wherever you go, it's sort of like there's always new insights and fresh ideas and really, really smart people. I think that's probably the best thing. Anytime I meet someone new, it's like this light, this energy, and there's always something to learn from somebody else. I'd say it's definitely a growth sort of environment where, as long as you have the mindset that you want to learn and you're open and you're adaptable, you will always find help and support and somebody to go, have you, sussed out this area if you're interested, or let me help you here. This is what we did for a project that might help you today. Or have you spoken to this person? It's very sort of about embracing how we can support each other. With that said, though, it is also a very realistic company, and people, want to progress and want to do their best work. So you'll find that people, they're amazing, they'll help you, but they also go, try your best, and we're here to help each other succeed. So there is also that professional development as well as the personal coaching.
Yeah, awesome. It sounds so exciting to be involved with. So, from a personal attributes point of view, what personal attributes do you think that you have that have helped you succeed in your role so far? Because, there's one thing about being really, really book smart, but as skills like communication skills are so important to bring to the table. What about yourself? What personal attributes do you think you have that have helped you succeed?
I'd have to say resilience and a growth mindset. So as a consultant, you are facing new business problems every single day, and you're working with new clients every time you move projects as well. So it's always about adaptability and bringing forward, sort of things you've learned from the past in a way that shows that you can learn, but also take on new responsibilities and challenges. And to do that, you have to be quite resilient and sort of just, be confident in what you're saying, but also show, I guess, a good amount of empathy to be able to get there. Because at the end of the day, I think you have to put yourself in the shoes of your clients, try and imagine what they're facing, and then think, what is the best way I can turn up and help you solve that problem? Sometimes it gets, hard when a business is facing a really tough problem and you as a consultant are trying to help them through it. So taking that on, as well as, learning and how to implement a solution can be quite tough. So it's just about, self-care, making sure that you're looking after yourself, and then keeping on hustling.
That's it. Yeah, don't give up. What would you say is your greatest achievement or even like biggest challenge so far in your role?
Oh, that's a good question. Greatest achievement, I'd say, was being selected to participate in a hackathon. So hackathon is basically an intensive 2-day boot camp where IBM said we're going to train up a whole bunch of people in a competition style. So it's gamified. You get put into slots under different roles, and you get given a problem statement from a real business problem. So my sector was health, and our problem was, how do we improve the health experience for patients? That's your prompt. You get given 48 hours to solve it with technology.
Cool.
Yeah, at the end you have to come up with a POC, so a proof of concept, like a mini MVP that people can touch and feel and play with, and go, here's what the solution could look like. So in a 2-day assessment, it's intense, it's boot camp, it's fun because you're competing against other squads who have different prompts, and they have to do the same thing. So greatest achievement, I think, was actually winning that as part of the team. It was so fun. We got flown to Sydney, and we actually won seed money to fund our solution to take it forward.
Wow!
So that was super, super fun, and probably one of the best experiences I've had at IBM to date.
Oh, sounds awesome. What a cool experience. I can just imagine it. And the 48 hours would be so, the adrenaline as well would be so much fun.
And you're like coffee and no one's sleeping because you just want to, make the best of it. And then
and then to win it, so good, so good. Now, to all the students out there listening, is there some advice that you would give them who, they might be considering a career at IBM? Or what advice do you wish you received at high school? Because like we touched on earlier, it's a confusing time. It can be stressful. What advice have you got out for the students out there?
I'd say try everything and don't stress if you don't know what you want to do, because I think the world keeps changing and new jobs get created every single day. Technology is huge at accelerating a lot of what happens and unfolds in the future. So I think tech is actually a great place to be if you want to be in an evolving, fast-paced environment, and know that sort of digitization is going to be a trend in any sort of career. I think follow your interests and and talk to people that you know, whether it's your teachers, your parents friends, your aunties, your uncles, people who have gone through it before, who might be able to give you some pointers about sort of what life outside of school is like, and ask them, why did you go down this path, or what motivated you, or what do you really hate about your job, what do you really love? And that way you can start to sort of build an understanding and knowledge base that you might enjoy. So finding those role models that you can look to for guidance when everything is so ambiguous. And then I'd also say just study hard, because if you study hard, you give yourself the best opportunity to have those opportunities later in life. It's not that fun sometimes. It can be very stressful, but you know what? Just grab a bunch of friends, to help each other, test each other, and keep motivating each other, because high school is really fun. And I think if I could do it again, I'd try and have more fun.
Yeah, I know, right? Like looking back at high school, you just think, oh gosh, if only I knew what I knew then, now. So we really appreciate your time. So if students are listening and they would like to find out more about a career at IBM, where should they head?
They can head all places, social media. So LinkedIn, I think it's just /IBM. Facebook, same thing. And then we also have Instagram, so if anyone wants to check out sort of a day in the life of an IBMer, it is called @Life@IBM, and you can see photos of real IBMers from around the world, sort of little snapshots of what people get up to.
I love watching those on Instagram. They're so cool. So definitely we'll link that down below for the students out there listening so that they can check it out. But thank you so much for joining us today, today, Lucy. It was really great to hear about your career so far and life at IBM. Sounds awesome.
So much for having me, and good luck to all the students out there. You guys are the future. You'll do great things.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks so much.